Yes.
Ms. Fox, thank you, Congresswoman Fox, for your wonderful and very incisive comments today, and I really appreciate your leadership on life issues as well, especially when it comes to embryonic stem cell research and the alternative that is without question adult stem cells, and especially induced pluripotent stem cells derived from such everyday skin that we all carry on our bodies, especially, which has proven to be highly efficacious and works. And I think it is the future. And I'd like to yield to Mr. Fortenberry such time as he may consume.
Well, first, let me thank the gentleman from New Jersey for conducting this very, very important discussion. Madam Speaker, over the past several years, I have received scores of letters from my constituents that reflect widespread national confusion about stem cell research. Let me take a few moments to cut through the fog on this important issue. There are two types of stem cell research often confused in our public debate. The first, which I wholeheartedly and enthusiastically support, is the type of stem cell research which uses cells derived from sources such as cord blood, skin, and bone marrow. Commonly known as adult stem cell research, this is good science, helping to save American lives and providing real treatment options now. The American people deserve to know that adult stem cell science is progressing at a staggering pace, showcasing over 70 successful clinical treatment models for conditions ranging from heart disease to Parkinson's disease, spinal cord injury, sickle cell anemia, stroke damage, leukemia, chronic liver disease, and many, many more. The empirical evidence is sound, and it really is eye-opening, giving hope to those who suffer from these debilitating conditions. Madam Speaker, the American people also deserve to know that there is a clear distinction between adult stem cell science and embryonic stem cell science, between hope and promise for cures on the one hand and misleading, misguided efforts to funnel their tax dollars to bail out research companies, research enterprises that thrive on the destruction of nascent human beings, embryos, who are no less human than members of this august legislative body. Widely touted and vigorously promoted nationwide as a potential cure for many of the same conditions that adult stem cell research may treat, embryonic stem cell research requires the destruction of unborn human persons to derive stem cells for research. We know that embryonic human life is still human life. The marvels of modern science leave no room for confusion on this important point. Moreover, embryonic stem cell research has shown no clinical success to date. It represents a degradation of human life that is wrong. Science that harms human beings, no matter how small they are, no matter how vulnerable they are, or easily disposable they are, is always wrong. With so many proven ethical alternatives, embryonic stem cell research presents an unnecessary moral dilemma for persons of goodwill. It siphons limited federal funds away from adult stem cell research that is now saving lives. And American taxpayers who have recently been asked to shoulder an unprecedented deficit that will burden generations to come should not be forced to pay for it. Adult stem cell research works, saves lives, and avoids the ethically divisive issue of the destruction of innocent and unborn human life. So again, with that, I want to thank the gentleman from New Jersey for conducting this important dialogue.
I thank Mr. Fortenberry for his leadership. He has shown, since he has been here, himself to be not only a leader, but someone who thinks both inside and outside the box on so many human rights and humanitarian issues. And this is a human rights and humanitarian issue, and I thank him for his contribution, not just today on the floor, but every day as a member of this august body.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to yield to Mr. Forbes, and before doing so, just remind our colleagues that a couple of years ago, Mr. Forbes and Mr. Lipinski brought a researcher from Brazil and a researcher from the United States who had another breakthrough, in this case cord blood, for type 1 diabetics. And some of the diabetics, virtually all except one, who had been given cord blood transplantation, got off their insulin. They were no longer insulin dependent. And again, so many people in this chamber, so many people in the White House, and perhaps even HHS don't seem to get it, that the real progress, the real advances are being made in the realm of adult stem cells, and those kinds of advances are being made each and every day. And Mr. Forbes is the prime sponsor of some very, very important legislation dealing with adult stem